You're still wearing that same sour face, huh? This high-end restaurant isn't a place for someone like you. The moment he noticed me, the manager started grinning and immediately began picking on me. Are you washing dishes here? You're a high school graduate at your age and can't even do your job. I doubt anyone would hire you. His mistress laughed along with him, shaking her shoulders mockingly as she made fun of me. I see how it is. Hey, you get out of the customer's entrance. We have $1 million deal with a major construction company coming up. He made a shooing gesture like he was chasing away a stray cat and glanced at me briefly. Nothing had changed since we worked together. If anything, they had both gotten worse. But thanks to that, I could retaliate without hesitation. With anger burning in my chest, I calmly began my counterattack to drag them into the abyss. My name is John West. I work at a construction company. Our company mainly handles primary subcontracting work, receiving projects from major construction firms and distributing the work to secondary subcontractors. I've been the manager of the construction management department for 3 years. Despite the busy schedule, I found my work fulfilling and rewarding. But then, one day, a shocking event occurred. Vice President Smith staged a coup. The CEO, Mr. Anderson, was ousted without having time to prepare for his subordinates' rebellion. Mr. Smith's cunning move was to appoint Mr. Anderson as chairman, a position with no real power for appearance's sake, while he took control of the company as the new CEO. Naturally, the company was in chaos for a while, but many employees were too scared to oppose Smith's strong-arm tactics, fearing they might be next. During this time, Mr. Smith steadily placed his people in upper management. He also brought his son Steve, who was working for another company at the time, and made him the manager of the construction management department directly above me. The worst part was that Steve was even more arrogant than his father. He flaunted his position as the CEO's son, bossing everyone around from the moment he joined. He also openly looked down on employees who graduated from local colleges or high school, boasting about his degree from a prestigious private university. I caught his eye especially because I wasn't a college graduate yet held a managerial position. Ever since he became the manager, it became a daily occurrence for him to harass me, like not passing on important information. If I made even a slight mistake, he hurled terrible insults at me, calling me a high school graduate loser and such. Even so, I enjoyed my work, so I endured these treatments and diligently continued my duties. Then, after a while, a new person joined our company. Her name is Catherine. I heard that she was introduced by Steve and switched to this construction industry from another job because of that connection. Catherine was assigned directly under Steve in the construction management department, making her my subordinate. Today is her welcome party. The atmosphere in the company, where Mr. Smith holds the real power, is somewhat tense, and everyone seems uncomfortable, but the drinking party was proceeding without any trouble. As the drinks flowed, the mood relaxed. I got to go to the bathroom. However, on my way back, I witnessed an unbelievable scene. I couldn't help but peek at the familiar voices coming from behind the hallway shadows. There I saw Steve and Catherine whispering to each other. Hey, let's sneak out together. This party is so boring. Don't be unreasonable. We can't have the guest of honor and the manager missing from your welcome party, can we? The two people saying this were clearly not maintaining the usual distance between a boss and a subordinate. Catherine was leaning on Steve in a way that only lovers would. That's when it hit me. Wait a minute, Steve is married. Does that mean they're having an affair? Before they noticed me, I quickly pulled my face back and hurried back to my seat, still confused. Eventually, they returned as if nothing had happened. Seeing how natural they were, I realized that their relationship hadn't just started yesterday or today. Determined not to get involved, I decided to keep what I had seen to myself. But from then on, Steve often took Catherine out for fieldwork or inspections, leaving their desks empty more and more frequently. Their behavior became so blatant that everyone in the department started to notice, but no one dared to say anything. So, their actions escalated one day when it had become an unspoken rule within the department about their relationship. Catherine made a major mistake in her work. However, the first person Steve scolded was me. Catherine is still not used to the work here. It's your job as her supervisor to support her. Yes, I'm sorry. By the way, when I assigned that task to her, I had repeatedly warned her it's crucial to double-check, so don't send emails to the client on your own. This was because Catherine had made similar mistakes before, but in the end, it seemed she hadn't listened to my warnings at all and once again caused this clerical error through her own arbitrary decisions. Well, it was still true that I had failed to supervise properly. Oh, come on. That's why people with only a high school diploma are useless. I can't understand why someone like you is even a manager. It must be because that idiot former CEO promoted his favorites without any reason. I was instinctively angry at these words, but it was also true that Mr. Anderson liked me. If I clumsily argued back, it would only harm Mr. Anderson's position, so I apologized once more and then went to guide Catherine on her work. Catherine, everyone makes mistakes, but this is the second time you've made this error, right? I believe I told you to take proper notes of what you're instructed to do, I said. Instead of scolding her, I calmly explained. Catherine looked at me with an annoyed expression. Then in a childish, condescending tone, she replied, "Oh, did you say that? Sorry, I just can't remember things from guys I'm not into." As she fiddled with her overly decorated nails and flashy blouse, completely inappropriate for the office, she chuckled mockingly. Even I was taken aback. Catherine, this is a workplace. It's for working. Your preferences don't matter here. Of course, in your private time, you can feel however you want, but as long as you're being paid, please take your job seriously. I said this a bit more firmly than usual. However, Catherine seemed displeased with this, and the next day, I was called in by Steve, the manager. "Hey you, I heard you said some awful things to Catherine. Poor girl is deeply hurt." I frowned at his words. This morning, Catherine came to work looking more glamorous than usual, and I even saw her making a hair salon appointment instead of working. She didn't seem deeply hurt at all, but that's beside the point. There's a misunderstanding. I just gave her some advice on her work attitude. But Steve glared at me as if I were a pesky bug. "What are you, a mere high school graduate, defying me?" "Fine, I see we need some time to reflect." Steve paused and then smirked. "From today, you're demoted to a regular employee, and Catherine will take your manager position." What? I was utterly stunned by this sudden decision. What is this guy saying? Is he serious? Hey, wait a minute, this is really unacceptable. Besides, Catherine doesn't even understand the work of this department at all. However, Steve, the manager, with his face turning red, yelled back at me, not listening to my objection at all. "Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk like you know anything, you bottom feeder. Do you know who I am? I'm the CEO's son. We're the ones running this company. If you've got complaints, then get out." With that, Steve threw the documents that were on his desk at me. "Write your resignation letter right now. If you don't, I'll throw this ashtray next," he said, grabbing the ashtray from his desk. I reluctantly turned on my heel and left his office. Steve's voice seemed to echo throughout the department, and my colleagues looked at me with concern. But amidst the commotion, only Catherine was smirking at me, her eyes filled with a look of mockery and a clear sense of superiority. Seeing her face, I realized that surely Steve had been asked to promote her by his mistress. At that moment, I thought, well, whatever, and felt completely drained. The fact that Steve was using his father's position to privatize the company, Catherine was goofing off without doing the minimum amount of work, and I had to get caught up in their personal drama. All of it was just too ridiculous to bear. If there was one thing I regretted, it was about Mr. Anderson, who had always looked out for me. Once things settled down, I decided to apologize to him properly. Then, I quietly wrote my resignation letter and quit the company abruptly. A few months later, I found a new job at another company in the same construction industry and was busy working every day. Today, I was heading to an upscale restaurant for a business meeting with another company. Just before the appointed time, I arrived at the entrance of the restaurant, which had a calm atmosphere with a modern touch. There, I encountered two familiar faces for the first time in a while. It was Steve and Catherine, They seemed to notice me too. Steve's eyes widened for a moment but then quickly turned into a sneer, "Oh, look who it is. John, the guy we kicked out of our company. Still got that miserable look on your face. What are you doing here? This high-end restaurant isn't a place for a bottom feeder like you," he said, in agreement with her lover's sneers. Catherine chuckled while wearing flashy clothes that were not suitable for business meetings. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Oh, maybe this guy is working as a dishwasher here. He's only got a high school diploma at his age, and since he can't do this job, he can't get a job anywhere else, she mocked. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Steve, the department manager, gave a murky laugh at Catherine's sarcasm. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right. Catherine is not only beautiful but also quick-witted, unlike some loudmouthed high school graduates. Steve added, asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Oh, Steve, stop it, Catherine said, but the two of them, without any regard for the public, kept flirting and sticking close to each other. They showed no signs of change after several months, but rather seemed to be getting worse. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. However, Steve took my silent amazement as a convenient interpretation and continued with a twisted smile. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Hey, a lowly part-timer like you should be using the back entrance. Get out of the way quickly. We have a $2 million business deal with a major construction company coming up, he said, dismissively gesturing as if shooing away a stray cat. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. I let out a sigh and responded calmly, excuse me, but the person you're about to meet for the business deal is me. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Steve looked at me with a face that couldn't understand the meaning of my words. Beside him, Catherine also had her mouth open in astonishment. Ignoring the two of them, I continued. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Despite claiming this is an important business deal, you didn't even bother to check the name of the person in charge on the other side. Well, Catherine has never checked the contract documents in the first place. But for you, Steve, that's surprising, I said, letting out another small sigh. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Still half doubting, Steve snorted. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Huh, there's no way a lowly high school graduate could get hired at that major company. I get you're frustrated, but don't lie so blatantly. Typical of the lowly, he said. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. However, I cut off Steve's words midway. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. This is ridiculous. What would I gain by lying at this point? Oh, you want proof? Here, let me give you my business card. I said. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. As I took out my business card from my inner pocket, they snatched it away and stared at it, their faces gradually turning pale. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Yes, after leaving that company, I had immediately secured a job at a major construction company. In fact, I had been headhunted by the other party for a long time. They highly valued my years of achievements and experience. Furthermore, I had obtained the challenging architect certification while working, which added to my evaluation. I explained, asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk, glancing sideways at them, speechless with astonishment. I added, by the way, that's my old business card before it was reprinted. I have recently obtained my architect certification, and the new ones are being printed. I studied architecture by correspondence at Boston Architecture College, continued studying while working, and obtained my architect certification while at my previous company. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. What, an architect? Steve muttered. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Although Steve used to look down on others as a businessperson in the construction industry, he seemed to understand the difficulty of obtaining the architect license. Responding to his reaction, I gave them a deliberately exaggerated smile. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Did you finally believe me? I'm currently in charge of developing a new town for the company, and today was indeed for that business meeting, right? I said. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Oh yeah, yes, Steve replied, taking a step forward to subtly intimidate them. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk, I asked, and both Steve and Catherine nodded awkwardly, their faces pale with unease. After a pause, Steve forced a smile on his tense face and said to me, John, you sly dog. If you had told us earlier about your skills, we wouldn't have been so surprised. Honestly, I've always thought there was something different about you compared to the others. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk. Just a moment ago, he was mocking me for being a high school graduate, and now he's spewing insincere praise. It's typical brown-nosing, but the sheer audacity is almost impressive. Catherine, following Steve's lead, plastered a sycophantic smile on her face. Oh, me too. I've always thought you were really smart, John, and actually, you're totally my type. Oh, you're making me blush, staring at me like that. As she swayed her hips suggestively, it seemed like she was trying to flirt, but to me, it just looked like she was doing a weird dance. The moment I revealed my true identity, their attitudes changed completely. I guess they got into an affair because they're so similar. Holding back another sigh, I answered without unnecessary comments, "We shouldn't waste any more time. Shall we start the meeting?" They looked surprised but quickly nodded. They probably thought I'd sabotaged the meeting after being kicked out of the company, but I had a specific purpose in saying that. Once I sat down, I immediately asked them to present the contract estimate. Here's the estimate. We appreciate your consideration. Ignoring Steve's overly humble demeanor, I reviewed the document. My eyes stopped at the materials cost section. This was indeed clever. "Excuse me," Steve called out, confused by my sudden pause. I looked straight at him and asked, "Are these figures for the materials cost accurate?" I didn't miss the momentary flicker in Steve's eyes. This confirmed my suspicion. "Catherine," I continued, "we've received a tip that you have been inflating material costs and embezzling the difference. I'll ask again, are these figures correct?" "Well, that is?" Without raising my voice, perhaps the intensity of my demeanor pressured her, causing Catherine to become visibly nervous. While closely watching their behavior, I feigned ignorance and tilted my head. "This is strange. The estimates we provided earlier differ slightly in every category. These are small discrepancies that are easy to overlook individually, but when summed up, they amount to a considerable figure, don't they? Is that so?" The two of them, uneasy under my questioning, fidgeted and exchanged glances. Eventually, unable to withstand the pressure, Steve slammed his hand on the table and, raising his voice as if to intimidate me, shouted, "That's a baseless accusation. We haven't done anything wrong." With that, he hurriedly left his seat, leaving the estimate documents behind. "Hey, wait, don't leave me here." Catherine, left behind, also shouted and chased after Steve, leaving the store. Quietly watching them leave, I casually made a phone call. I'd arranged to meet the person on the other end the following day and put the remaining estimate documents into my bag. The next day, I had taken a pre-approved day off and was visiting someone's house. After identifying myself through the intercom at the gate, the owner of the house came out to greet me. "Mr. Anderson," as I mentioned over the phone. I nodded my head, and Mr. Anderson nodded once. "Ah, you did well. Thank you." Yes, it was Mr. Anderson, who had been ousted by Mr. Smith, who had told me that Steve and Catherine might be inflating the cost of materials. A while back, I had visited this house to report that I had left that company, found a new job, and obtained my long-desired architect license. I also mentioned that my new company had a scheduled business meeting with Steve regarding the new town development project. It was then that Mr. Anderson asked me to investigate whether their suspected overcharging was true. Here's the estimate. Once inside the room, I handed Mr. Anderson the estimate I had received from Steve the day before. Mr. Anderson carefully checked the problematic areas, sighed slightly as if exhausted, then straightened up and nodded his head to me. "You really did a great job. I'm grateful. I knew it was unfair to ask you, who had already left the company, but I couldn't obtain conclusive evidence with my resources." Hearing the regret in his voice, I quickly shook my head. "Please don't say that. I'm the one who should be thanking you. You helped me so much, but I ended up leaving the company. I took this on because I wanted to be of some help, at least this time. Back when I was studying to obtain my architect license, Mr. Anderson provided me with helpful reference books and adjusted my work schedule to accommodate my studies. I believe I was able to obtain my architect license thanks to those days." Mr. Anderson eventually looked down at the estimate and muttered, "Thank you. Leave the rest to me." Then he smiled warmly and said once again, "Congratulations on passing the exam. I always believed you could do it, John." "Thank you." I accepted his words with gratitude. Mr. Anderson looked at me for a moment, and then his smile turned slightly wistful. "My true desire is for you to come back, but at the same time, I think you can go even further in that company and fully utilize your talents," he said. He gave a small chuckle, admitting he was being a bit selfish. Mr. Anderson must be planning to use the estimate I handed over to take down Smith's faction quickly. While the Smith family has been running wild in that company, Mr. Anderson hasn't been quietly retired. He's been gathering allies among employees who opposed Mr. Smith and former executives who were pushed out, secretly preparing to reclaim control. I had considered returning to that company myself, but I apologize for any inconvenience. However, I want to test my abilities in a new place. After changing jobs and achieving my dream, I became more ambitious. I wanted to see how far I could go. Mr. Anderson nodded with a smile and said, "Yeah," as I quietly finished speaking. "That's fine. It's your life and I have my life to live too. Even in my old age, there's still much I can do. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of dreams you'll build from now on." I clasped his offered right hand firmly with both of mine. His hand, marked by various joys and struggles, was very warm. I promised myself I would never forget that warmth. After that, Mr. Anderson reported the embezzlement case to the police. As a result, the manager was arrested as the ringleader. Catherine was also sent to the prosecutor as an accomplice. To my surprise, further investigations revealed additional crimes by Steve, the manager. He had used similar methods in his previous job to inflate claims and pocket the difference. No wonder he seemed so skilled at it. I felt oddly satisfied understanding this, but Steve's actions became a significant scandal as he had been moving from company to company committing these crimes. Steve was rearrested and is expected to receive a prison sentence. Mr. Smith was forced to resign due to intense pressure both inside and outside the company, taking responsibility for his son's failures. As a result, Mr. Anderson was reinstated as the new CEO. I heard employees cried at his powerful declaration to rebuild the company from its foundation. It may take some time for things to settle, but I'm confident that Mr. Anderson will turn the company into a healthier organization. Meanwhile, I've been busy with the development of the new town. We plan to build high-rise condos with a theme of coexistence with nature and the city center. I'm in charge of the design from scratch. Together with my team, we're exploring better design ideas. Incidentally, we received a new estimate and have formally signed a contract with Mr. Anderson's company. Every day, I savor the joy of shaping my dreams and those of my team into reality.